When the people are broken, culture dies at the same rate.
We want to support men in their journey of healing. The reasons we formed this organisation is because we felt that there was a need, there was an identified need within the community, and we thought we could contribute in some way.
I don't think men wake up one morning and says, I think I'll drink my life to death. Or I think I'll become a drug addict, and because it's quite an enjoyable way to live. It's not Aboriginal to be a drunk or a drug addict or incarcerated. That's not who we are as a culture. And that needs to be pointed out really strongly. We'd like men to make some sort of commitment, not to me, just to yourself, but what you want to do as a man. Or whether you want to support KWY, which means Corner Windmill Yunti, which means, in my language, men working together. I reckon men have got a lot to talk about, but we don't do that often. It's a chance to maybe, have a yarn about a few things,
We're going to serve up now, guys.
This year we decided to hold a statewide men's camp, and we had members from around South Australia that attended.
Dinner's ready. All please stand up and we'll bless the food. Ille tulamai, ille tulamai, hey amma amma amma, hey amma amma amma, hey epe amma amma pay, amma amma pay. Sa. Help yourself, brothers.
I think there seems to be an issue around outreach programs, and certainly it seems to be a lack of Aboriginal male health workers. And that affects Aboriginal men that want to come in. If they do want to come in to speak about any issues they have, well, of course they're going to want to speak to another Aboriginal man about it. And if those Aboriginal health workers aren't there, or they don't have a rapport or a relationship with that community where the men are from, it just makes that a little bit more difficult.
We like trying to support Aboriginal men to encourage and challenge them, and not that we've got it all nailed down, but coming together and talking about issues and realising that a lot of the issues are very similar, even though they're different regions, but we could talk to them with other people that we meet, and hopefully we can find some solutions and some supports and some direction that, I don't think we're experts at what we do, but we try our best to be a good role model, and we try to encourage other fellas to do that.
Alcohol and jealousy and alcohol and anger don't mix. They don't go together. What a lot of fellas don't realise that alcohol causes a lot of cancer too.
I haven't had a drink for 4 months and I feel a lot better, healthier anyway. It is a big achievement for me, and I just want to keep on continuing on being sober for, just to be a role model for my children and grandchildren. I'm getting there, I'm moving on and trying to, no one can't forget a past, but trying to sort of make it easier for myself, If I had a good role model in my life, things would have been a lot easier, and I'm still looking for that mother figure for myself, Not too many men can say that. It's a bit of a shy topic to, discuss about.
Yeah, so going through the same stuff by ourselves. Sometimes you think that. You're the only one what's feeling whatever.
Yeah, I like sitting down with the older fellas, listening to their stories and that. Listening to some of their stories, what they've been through, makes me think a lot. Take some right paths and track.
When we look at issues like colonisation right through to the referendum, like from 1788 to 1967, when we look at that period of time, which is nearly a couple hundred years, you know, that Aboriginal men did not have a say, there was no sense of authority. And every man deserves that. Every man has a role in their own personal development, but in the development of their family and their communities. The thing that I think Aboriginal men are dealing with is the fact that all of our fathers were broken men.
For 31 years I haven't taken drugs like I used to. Like every day was, if I didn't have a drug straight away, my day was going to be messed up.
Like me and my brother, we both got sexually assaulted as kids. I like to think of myself as a bit more open about it. Like, you know, like, it's just something that's hidden there under the covers and, yeah, sort of thing. Because I know, like I learned over the years as well, like, fellas say, oh, nah, just, you know, don't bottle yourself up, and that's what I used to do. But as I gotten older, like, you know, I just realised, like, because went through the juvenile justice system, and they all told me the same thing. They said, how come you're an angry young man and all of that, burning down buildings?
That experience, whether we like it or not, all the experiences that we go through, we take into the next generation. We may not do the same thing physically, but emotionally and spiritually, we carry this information.
Yeah, of course.
See, I'm sitting here and I'm feeling, I bet my little cousin here felt, why wasn't I protected?
Sadly, I watched my dad not live the life that I think he wanted to. I think he wanted to be a better man than what he was. But at that time, I don't think there were the supports or groups like this one, there to support him. I think a lot of men want support, but they don't know where to go.
Very good to see a lot of men here. Never been on a camp like this before. The last time I've been here was a school camp down in Lincoln there. Yeah, this was really good, seeing a lot of men out here. Seeing them express themselves, and it's really good. Pretty unusual for me, because I've never seen men do that before. Pretty spin out. Seeing men talk about their problems and that. Never seen it before.
Something that we've done and said to men in the past, the first step of healing is talking. If you don't talk, you won't heal. If you start to talk, you'll start to heal. It might hurt sometimes, it might impact on you in an emotional way, but that's part of the journey. And we really speak with the men in that way, that this is part of a journey and we are here to support you. We can't carry you, but we can support you. If you want to talk, we're here.
This is us here at the meeting place. This is here at Tumby Bay. This is all of us men here committing to each other, you know, that we're going to help each other out. And as part of our journey here, we're going to be stronger as a collective, as a community, within our families, and as individuals.
We asked them to make a commitment, not to us, but to themselves, that if they wanted to go on this journey with us, that we would support them. And it was signified in a painting that Craig Rigney did on the camp, and each man came and placed a dot on that canvas, and it was a commitment canvas. There were a lot of issues and men kept coming to us with and saying services weren't appropriate for them. They were going there, they weren't able to talk to different people, and when they did talk to people, it was going to see one person, and then what would happen is they'd have to tell their story again to someone else. Because you've got all these little groups doing all their bits and pieces, and no one's really connecting up the dots in between, which means there's a lot of wasted funding. And men were asking us on the camp that if we could try and, you know, coordinate and pull this all together.
Are we all switched on? Are we all switched on? Because Neville, if you're not switched on, I'll come over there and turn you on, brother. You deserve to get picked on for wearing a shirt like that.
And back where I come from, in Murray, South Australia, the local government got a $280,000 grant for an Indigenous anti-drug campaign. True story. And they went and got TV adverts, posters done up, put on events, and you know what the slogan was? Drugs are deadly. For black fellas, eh? Old uncle, he was sitting back like this, eh? I've been trying to tell them that for years, nephew. You know?
Organisations don't start because it's just a nice thing to do. It starts because there's real need, and there's gaps, and there are people in pain, and someone else sees it and wants to help. That's really how things start. We would hope that KWI can help men, and it's not by agreeing with the negative behaviours that are happening in society, but by putting forward the positives about the things that we can be and about the future that we want for our children and the next generation.
My memories are from my old man who's passed away now. We used to go fishing a lot and he'd tell us a lot of stories. That was how sort of we learn about our culture through our elders, especially our fathers and grandfathers, because we used to have that special bond. And that's been broken down and eroded away over the last 100 years or so. Like a camp like this, if we know that's on, we'll all come together and be one. And if we can't get there, we'll feel like we're being left out of something really significant. So that's why I'm here to you know, get that bonding back with my traditional men and family. Yeah, I see it as a family. I work within a system that fights against everything that we believe in, you know, as a people and as a culture. It's a struggle to be Aboriginal and you know, to have a job and get ahead in the mainstream way.
Yeah. Programs and that are all going to be delivered to Aboriginal men who want to work together to make a difference, and a very positive difference for the future.
It's the first one. Well, not for me, but for today, it's the first one. Lovely. Make me feel better now.
I want to make a change. I want to go back because I can only see death out there. I've taken drugs, you know, and there's a hole for me, you know, and it's called grave, you know, and I don't want to go in that grave. I want to live my life. I want to live till my old fella. See my sons, my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren, you know, all that. I reckon this men's camp is pretty good, you know. Get to see fellas from different walks of life, like Aboriginal fellas, from different cultures, different languages. And I just want to go forward in life. I don't want to go backwards.
It's going to be an interesting time. KWI will provide some level of support for men, but ultimately it's going to be about men making strong decisions for themselves.
I think men's camps are very important because it enables Aboriginal people and Torres Strait Islander people to take control of their future. Hal Wooten, QC, once said, Aboriginal people need to determine their own future. Aboriginal people make their own decisions, and that's it. Because quite frankly, the wider community or the white community have got no idea. And that idea is the old idea because it's the spirit of the land and it's the spirit of the people that makes the men's camp needed.
Frank, happy birthday! Happy birthday!
I think the time is now that Aboriginal men can say to one another that there's more for us, there's a lot more for us. That life is not the same as it used to be for our fathers, and it's sad that we couldn't get the help for our fathers that they deserved. But today, we can do anything.
So we'll probably only need about, say, 4 crates of stones, 4 milk crate fulls. I love getting stoned with my community. The stones are used to cook the cup murray. The cup murray is a traditional Torres Strait Islander feasting ceremony. That cup murray inspires me to have belief and faith in my identity and in my character. And it raises my self-esteem 10 times. The cup murray is about the 4 elements, the fire, the earth, the wind and the water. The cup murray is about an opportunity to gather all the food which is here in front of me in the sea, which is right here below me on the land, for nothing, to share, to eat, to become healthy. Without our tools, you have no trade, you have no choice. My tools is my elders, my trade is my culture, and then I have a positive choice to decide and take control of my future.
Fellas, what I'll ask is if all the old fellas first come up and grab their feed.
Long after the camp's finished, long after the program's finished, that where we are, we will continue to support you. So it's no shutting of the files or exit points. It's a continuation. It's a large family.
It turned out perfectly. I wasn't too sure about the heat at first, but at the end of it, it turned out well.
You can't sit and do nothing. As an individual, it's very hard, but as a collective, I think that we have some power.
The time where drug addiction, alcoholism, violence on our families and our communities, the time for those things are now to stop. We're not going to say that those things are okay because they're not.
Nakana! 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 Choo! Choo!